Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us as you start to come into our live here on the Dana Cortez show with Rocks, Discount Vitamins, and more. I feel like this is more of an extension of one of our biggest segments. It's called the Fat Club. We do it every Monday. We've been doing this now, I think, for almost 6 or 7 years. I got to look back, but I feel like this is an extension of that. Oftentimes when we're here live, when I welcome Santi, by the way, to Thursday, welcome to the show. People are always sometimes apprehensive to ask questions on the timeline. They send me DMs, and I understand because um, losing weight, being overweight, sometimes it's hard to talk about, right? Because you
Yeah.
feel badly about yourself. So you can we're encouraging you to ask any question below, but of course send us direct messages as well, Santi. I'm sure you feel the same way I do about that. You're
100%.
willing to
Yeah.
answer questions.
So guys, I mean, ask questions. Honestly, we'd love to end the segment with a Q&A because more than likely, if you're asking a question, there is probably hundreds of people with the exact same question. So don't be shy. Ask a question. Let's create some dialogue, and maybe it's a cool topic.
And earlier this week, I was thinking about this day, and I promised the last time we did this last month, I said we were going to talk about bathing suit season. And I don't like bathing suit season. I mean, it is a very scary time. I don't care if you're going to the pool parties. I don't care if it's a backyard barbecue or it's just you and the kids in the kiddie pool. Putting the bathing suit on is such a tough thing for women and for men too. Anthony and Automatic always joke, I'm not ready to take my t-shirt off at the pool.
That's funny.
They always joke about that. And so it's really important that we talk first about food. We talk about the fact that Rock's Discount Vitamins and More has icon meals. And I said this before we went live. Anthony A told me about icon meals before you told me. He's a single guy. He doesn't like to cook. And he said, man, I pulled up. I bought a few meals. He's like, they taste so good. So talk to us about icon meals and how they can help when it comes to really learning about food, but also sticking to a diet. The diet isn't something you go on and off. They taste good. And what is the icon meals and why should we be interested in them?
So meal prep in general is, just overall is going to save everybody time in the kitchen, time in the cleanup, time in actually doing the preparation, having to go buy your food, stuff like that. So not maybe necessarily it's going to, cook all your food for you. I'm sure you're still cooking, but it makes it so much easier for you. Now, in regards to Icon Meal specifically, that is a USDA certified cryovac company. So this facility is huge. They have so many different sections and areas that once a food is cooked and prepared, it moves into a chilled area that's then make sure it's all regulated in the FDA standards and USDA standards. So this stuff is fresh. So when somebody walks into one of our locations, or even when it's mailed out, they're getting really fresh meals. That meal was probably cooked 24 to 48 hours before it's in their hands. And so, but
let me say something real quick before you move on. And I said this off the air. Just think about all the companies you watch on TV, and they're like, "Hey, order our, whatever watchers and whatever nutrition and whatever," and they want you to order their frozen food that's been in a freezer for I don't know how long. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't taste good, and if it doesn't taste good, you're not going to eat it. I just want you to try one of these icon meals. One time, one of my favorites, it was a steak and it had like baked potato, or not baked, sweet potato and some green asparagus, some greens. It was so good. If it doesn't taste good, you're not going to stick with it.
No, 100%. And that's the really cool part about it is that menu, there's a custom menu if you'd like to really customize your meal to certain ounces, etc. But then they have the regular menu, which rotates every week. So you get good, clean, convenient, fast eating. And the menu is fresh. This is not something you have to eat the same thing over and over and over. That's typically what makes or breaks a diet, right? You're like, man, I don't want to eat that same meal again. It's just boring. But Icon Meals, we also carry like their fun foods. They got like protein popcorn, protein cookies. They got like really good seasonings that they remove all the sugars. A lot of people don't think about like McCormick's and some of these other seasonings out there. They're loaded with a lot of stuff. And so this is much cleaner.
Sodium, right? A lot of these things have this
and sugar.
Things that are bad for you.
Sugar is I was really honestly, I had to get educated myself on seasonings. I was like, seasonings are harmless, right? No, they're loaded with sugar and sodium much more than what we need to be. So they got tons. They even got like chocolate ones and
Mm.
cinnamon where you can do like on your oatmeal. So really cool. In other words, they're making it so easy to eat healthy, eat clean, and be convenient. And you know you're getting top standard. Always remember what you're putting into your body. We are what we eat, right? So make some smart choices and let it taste good at the same time.
Oh
So
my god, I'm glad you said it. We just did this whole we had this whole conversation on the Fat Club about eating processed foods, eating poorly. Your skin looks bad, it shortens your life. You're more prone to getting chronic diseases when you know, I understand you go, you know, you go with the best intentions to work. I'm just going to skip lunch today. I'll make up for it later off. But you know what happens? You go to the vending machine, you end
yeah,
up overeating. Somebody's going to a fast food place and you're like, "Go ahead and pick me up whatever." And then
yeah.
you feel guilty after. If you have the icon meals in your fridge or in your freezer, you just pull one out. You could take it with you to work.
Yeah, there's been times where I'm not gonna lie. So I have my meals and I put my meals in my bag, and sometimes I'm like, man, man, I'll pass a restaurant or something. I'm like, man, that sounds really good. And I'm like, I have my meal right here. Like it's like
Yeah.
2 minutes, and like I'm done, and like boom, the craving's over. I'm full, and I move on with life, and I made a health deposit, right? So that's the convenience of investing in something for yourself, and investing in our food.
So I wanna talk to people that are watching right now. You're welcome to ask any question about health. I asked the question on the caption, "Are you ready for bathing suit season? Are you a bikini person? Are you one piece? Are you the guy at the pool with the shirt on or the shirt off?" Don't be embarrassed to ask any questions. I wanna ask you personally, what's the quickest way for anybody watching, obviously the meals, that's where we started with Icon Meals.
Yeah.
What's the fastest way for me to burn fat? I know you have products in the store that will help. So give me 3 ways, include 1 product that you would recommend for anyone watching that's like, "You know what? I got some of these COVID love handles," because the average weight gain was 42 pounds during this pandemic. That
Wow.
is so difficult to take off.
That's wild. That's makes it a very big uphill battle. I can only imagine.
Yes.
It makes it the journey of weight loss so overwhelming, you know, because you got so much more to lose weight, and it can be defeating a bit. But questions for products then. So products, if you're trying to lose weight, first thing is you got to get into a good relationship with macronutrition or food. You got to understand what you're putting in your body. Um, that's just so important. So the supplements are going to supplement and add value to what you're doing at base. So you got to get into an exercise regimen. It does not need to be 7 days a week. You do not need to be beating it up like that, but have a good relationship with food and understand what you're doing, and then start doing something cardiovascular wise. Get your
Take
body,
a walk, go outside, take a walk.
yeah, just get moving, right? Burn some calories. That's, we got to burn some calories. So, but in regards to 2 products that I like, and it doesn't conflict with anybody's health conditions that say they have hypertension or they have high sugar levels. I would probably one product we have called SDM. It's an herbal. It's a non-stimulant, so there's no energy or caffeine to it. You pop 2 capsules in the morning before your first meal. You're done for the day.
Okay.
Super simple. And what that's going to also do is help us reduce any kind of cravings for sweet snacks, finger food, anything that's not a sit down meal. You won't be reaching for it. And then, at least in Texas, we're used to big everything down here. So, big portions is what we're consumed with. That will actually keep the portions nice and calm. You'll get fuller, easier, and quicker. And it also has senna seed, which is good for GI and digestive tract. So, that's step one to control what comes in. And then the other thing that we normally like to add in most of the time, why we're kind of sedentary in our weight, is because our metabolism is a little slow. So we normally recommend a non-stimulant, no energy, a product to kind of start boosting and talking to our metabolism, because your metabolism is basically your body's built-in fat burner, and it burns
Right.
all day. It could go slow and it could go fast. There's a lot of things that make it go one way or the other, but you want to make sure that you're trying to give it a boost, at least to try to turn it around from maybe being low.
And during COVID, you mentioned the sedentary. That's such an important word. Sitting still, not moving. I saw kids, including our own Ava Matic, in their rooms for 5 to 8 hours a day on a computer. No movement. It's dark. This isn't good for our bodies. We working from home. I mean, we were in a studio every day, but I think it was 70+% of the country was working from home,
Yes.
sitting down. looking at a computer. At least at the office, you're moving, right? At least you're walking back and forth. You got to walk to your car, whatever the case may be. We, this past year, really didn't move. We didn't go outdoors. Before we started this live, Mijo, who's behind the scenes running everything, our production director, was asking Santi, okay, I want to go outside, man. What can I take
Yeah,
with me in my backpack when I'm on the trails? Now, for me, Santi, I don't know if this is weird or not, but I get the protein powder from Rocks.
yeah.
I bring it with me in a little container to work, and I mix it with water. Is that okay? Because I like the way it tastes with water. It doesn't.
No, that's 100% okay. So it depends
Okay.
also on your product, right? Of course, but when it comes to like protein, I always tell our customers, I'll point out the nutrition facts panel and I'll say, look, this is what you get with water. If you're adding anything to it, just be conscious you're adding something to it. But most everything is actually, I want to say it's meant, but it's really kind of intended to use with water. So that way
Really?
it keeps everything nice and clean. Tamiho was asking about what can I take if I'm going to be outdoors, if I'm exercising, I'm being active, which is what a lot of people are doing, especially getting close to this bikini season, as you say. Uh,
Yes.
is we have like products that have electrolytes in them, BCAs, coconut water, stuff like that, where you can hydrate your body, not just with water, but all the electrolytes that you're losing while you're also exercising or just being outdoors sweating.
Okay, I like that because I just know that sometimes when you're outdoors as well, you get hungry and you don't wanna leave your hike where you're trying to be healthy and then run to the fast food place. That's not that's not it. So that's why I always keep the protein with me. Icon meals is always a great idea no matter who you are. I mentioned Anthony because he's single. I know a lot of people don't like cooking if they live alone because how do you cook for one person? It's really hard if you get these meals. I mean, of course, you don't want to stop cooking. Cooking is always the best thing to do, but everybody lives a busy life, man. People have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Moms trying to take kids back and forth, thing. You don't always have time to cook, and even your kids will like this. They'll like the icon meals.
Yes, definitely. And guys, I would highly suggest everybody throw in some questions. Would love to be able to do some Q&A at the end.
Yeah.
We asked, or we said it earlier. If you missed it, if you have a question, more than likely there's probably hundreds of other people that are going to have the exact same question. So don't be shy. Ask questions so that way we can start kind of doing some prizes.
Yeah, so we'd like to do some giveaways. And also, what are Goalie Gummies? Can you talk to me about this? Because I've had like
Holy gummy!
20 people ask me about this. What is a Goalie Gummy
I
and
got
what
a I got
what's
a
the
hint that you were gonna ask me about some goalies. So I brought a bottle here, but so Goalie Gummies, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen these prior. So the brand is expanding pretty fast. They've actually
pretty
brought
quick,
in
man. It's all over social media.
yeah, they're doing their thing. There's another one now under the Goalie umbrella. It's called Ashwagandha, but the Goalie original red label is the apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is one of those ingredients that just has like a skew of different types of benefits. The main ones are typically going to be to control blood sugar. Also, GI is good, so digestive benefits is going to be really helpful as well. But the cool thing about it is it's a really good natural supplement or product that you can bring into your diet or bring into your daily regimen to kind of help balance out some of these sugar levels, but also help with your GI tract. Plus, it's got a lot of other benefits to it. And the cool thing about it was the uncool about it because apple cider vinegar, everybody knew the benefits, but it was just it tasted horrible, right? That liquid, and
Honey,
now they put it in
hey,
gummies.
hold on before you continue. I went and bought a bottle. I went to the fancy store and bought the
Yeah,
organic kind. I thought I'm gonna do this every day. I did it one time.
yeah.
One time, and I said, "Who in the world can take this? It's so disgusting." I almost had a moment.
Yeah, the liquid is not hot.
Everything I could do not to get sick. I was like, "Ugh." I was gagging all over the kitchen, and then Automatic looks at me, he's like, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so they obviously understood the same thing. So now they decided to make really tasty gummies, and we have them in stores. We actually sell a lot of them. And so the ashwagandha, which is the brother product to this, that is a stress minimizer. It's called an adaptogen. And so we have so much stress coming at us. So the adaptogen, the ashwagandha helps balance us out. And a lot of people really utilize it for stress balance. It's got some other perks of, potential libido benefits and stuff like that. But for the most part, people use it for stress.
Okay, so, does it cleanse the body, the vinegar? What is it? Because I know vinegar is just one of nature's miracles. You
Yes.
can clean with it, you could cook with it, it makes the best salad dressing. I'm serious. It's
Yeah.
like, so is that what it's doing
No,
to our
so
brain?
that's why it's called
Fermenting?
apple cider vinegar, right? So
This
it's
is different. Okay, okay. See, I'm like, do I clean the bathroom with this? What is
yeah, no, no, and it's extracted from the apple. So I mean, the cool thing about like God's nature, that's in on this world, fruits, bananas, apples, oranges, they have natural beneficial things for us, micronutrients. And so the supplement industry understands these things, science understands these things. So they begin to pull these benefits out and put it in a easy format, something for us to take. For instance, like our Goalie Gummies.
Yes, yes. Okay, so we would like some questions. Oh
So
no,
let's do. I
we're
got.
trying to do a poll and Neil can't figure it out. We're trying to do a poll, but we'll do that here in a little bit. So if you want any products, ask any questions. Don't be embarrassed. I know people are. I have two messages directly to me, so I'm just going to read
Oh,
it. I won't reveal. My phone is like buzzing and buzzing, so I won't
yeah,
reveal.
we got a couple questions here too as well.
Yeah. So you want to answer the first
Yeah,
question?
so we
Go
got
ahead.
and I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. Carl's Zoya. Are all pre-workouts the same, or there's some that are less intense? I tend to get nauseous with most.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, please answer this question because this is a question I asked you and you recommended my favorite. So let's talk.
yeah,
Let's answer this. This is
yeah. So good question, Carl's. So 110%. There, when you come into the pre-workout department, the pre-workout section, there is things on the low end and there are things on the very high end. Now, what is high for some might be different for the next person. So that is why it's so important. When you come in, we always do an assessment and really understand your caffeine or your stimulant tolerance, because what might
yes.
be medium for me might be very intense for you. And so the best thing is to pick a product that is going to be more ideal for your caffeine or stimulant intake. More than often for our females, they don't like the high stim stuff. That's typically a little bit more reserved for the guys. There's some girls that like it, but I'd probably say one of our our top pre workouts is one called Levels, and then one called Oxy Shred. Oxy Shred is going to have more fat burning ingredients in addition to the very low energy, or calm energy, I guess I should say, with a lot of the fat burning properties. And then the Levels is going to be more of a traditional pre workout where it has more muscle endurance and blood flow, things that are going to help out for weight resistance training. But it's not going to make you feeling funny and nauseous and hurting your stomach. So Levels and Oxy Shred are really too good. Mijo will get in touch with you, Carlos, and we're going to send you out a free tub of one of those. We'll get on the phone and we'll figure out which one is better for you. But great question. There's a lot of other people like that, and you
I'm
can
so
definitely pick
glad he
one.
asked that because people don't understand that these products do very well. People begin to rely on them like I do with Oxy Shred because they work. For me, I didn't like the pre-workouts because I don't know about the nauseous, but I felt bad. I felt jittery. I didn't feel myself.
Yeah, definitely.
Oxy Shred, I sip it during my workout. It tastes good. It's delicious. And I just have a better workout. I can't
Yeah,
explain. I just feel better. I don't feel like I'm lagging but yet I don't have that horrible jittery feeling that
yeah.
I never
The
tolerate
Oxy
with
Shred
other
is cool
workout
because
products.
it gives you the option to do a 1 scoop or a 2 scoop. So you can keep it low or you can tone it up a little bit. And my mom is actually like hooked on Oxy Shred. Like I have to send
The
her a tub
best.
every month. I'm
It's
like,
the
she's
best.
mad at me when I don't have a certain flavor in stock. I'm like, they're out, mom. I'm sorry. So really cool. So let's take another question. Dana, you said you had a couple people hitting you up.
Yeah, I have some personal questions right now. So I don't want to say her name because I was like, why isn't my phone going crazy? It's because I'm getting DMs on our Facebook, because obviously we're
Okay.
live right now. Okay. So and I know you're gonna have an answer for this, and that's why I took this question right away. She said, I have cellulite and
Okay.
it embarrasses me in my bathing suit. And so I answered her, cellulite is normal. Even skinny people have cellulite. I answered question. Do you have anything at Rocks that helps with cellulite? I already know the answer, but please tell everybody.
Yes, we do actually. We have two products. One is called Abs of Steel. We actually went over this in our last segment. So Abs of Steel and one called Ameline Lotion. Now both of them are going to have their I'd say call it more science-based ingredient is what is going to break down the cellulite and the what's called fat tissue or adipose tissue. So, but the cool thing about these topicals is you can put it on any problem area. So unfortunate thing about weight loss is we don't control where we gain and we don't control
Right.
where we lose. So we have problem areas. And so this is a topical where you can put it on specifically your problem areas or areas that you want to see a little bit more of some immediate, results. And it gets warm. It does three things. It's going to dehydrate the fat cells. So it's going to pull water out. So wherever you put it at, you're going to sweat a lot more in those areas. Two, it's going to start to thin out the layer of the body fat between the muscle and the skin. And then three, it's going to start tightening up that area too. So this
So
is
the
meant to
appearance of the cellulite is lessened, right? Because it's doing all of that in those areas.
100%. And so one of the best times to actually utilize the topicals is right before you go and exercise. So that way you have both things going on because that muscle tissue, that's what we always recommend low impact weight resistance training. When you start to wake up that muscle actually starts to feed off of body fat. And so if you have something coming in from the muscle side and then something exterior from that topical, that's what's going to start helping out on
Think
smooth.
about it, ladies, because there's a woman who sent me the message. Your body starts to eat its own fat. That's what we want. We want to eat the fat and grow the muscle, and then the
Yes,
cellulite looks better. But I want to say something on a personal note. Every woman I've ever met, no matter what kind of shape she's in, has cellulite. It's normal.
yes,
It's okay. Now, of course, we don't want, if we can lessen the appearance, hey, I'm all about it. And what I do with the product is after a workout, because especially lately, because I wasn't working out, so I massage it in. And my muscles aren't as sore the next day either. I just massage it in before the workout and after the workout. Before, because I'm sweating more, and after, because I feel like it makes me less sore. I don't know if that makes sense or not, though. Maybe it's the massage, it might not even be the product, but I'm trying to make everything look better.
okay,
So I'm, like, gonna rub it wherever I do it behind my arms, the back of my
yeah.
arm,
So you can actually
and
put
then
it from
top
your
of my pelvis.
neckline down. You can put it from your neckline down wherever you please.
Yeah.
Just remember, it's going to get warm.
Yes,
So
I know, I was gonna say that. So don't put it not anywhere below the neck.
yeah. Just be careful. It gets warm.
But yes, those problem areas, yes, and
That's a really good question, though, because it's, to your point with bikini season and being summertime, people are going to want to get into the water activities
yes.
and they're probably a little conscious about that. So, let's just put a little health deposit into some daily activity and use a product like that, in your problem areas. And I think you'll feel a lot better about it. And because you actually know that you've been working in that area or on that area, you're going to feel a lot more confident. We have a customer, I'm sorry, a customer. We have a viewer, oh man, Very de Luna Montenegro, has asking, how much does this cost and where can we purchase it? So it can be purchased online. But we are going to always beat online pricing. We price match guarantee or we beat. So these products are about $35 to $40 in store. If you don't live in San Antonio or anybody watching does not live in South Texas, you can always go to our Rocks Discount Vitamins website, or you can follow me on social media, santiago.campos, and shoot me a DM and we can actually ship to you directly, whatever it is, if you're not in the local city.
And I wanted to say something. I always mention this when we talk. Santi and I became friends because I actually go into Rocks, and the one thing that Rocks does that's different than any other store is they offer us help, advice, and education. I've ordered thousands of products. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. I have drawers full of crap. That's what I call it now because somebody just sold it to me and I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
definitely.
is. It doesn't work. Works for everybody. Well, it doesn't work for me. This
Mhm.
is about you. When you go into Rocks or you call them, you set up a Zoom, whatever the case is, you are going to get help for you, not for Becky, not for Benjamin, not for this. One size does not fit all. And that's why Rocks, this brick and mortar store is growing. How can a brick and mortar grow in a time when no brick and mortars are growing? Because
Yeah,
they're offering us something that nobody else does.
yeah.
Real help.
We're community based guys. At the end of the
Yes,
day, one thing that we live by is we cannot be who we are without y'all. And so we don't
thank
have a
you.
business without our customers, and y'all are our customers. And it is our duty, it is our job. We wake up every day to serve, and we are here to serve you. You have questions, we have answers. You have problems, we have solutions. And so that's how we're going to always work when you come into store. And if you're unable to come in, like I said, just call one of our locations on our website or reach out to me via social media. We'll definitely take care of you. But just come on in, and I promise you, just tell them Santi and Dana sent me, and you will have the red carpet rolled out for you.
And you always do, no matter who you are. They've always treated me like fam, no matter what. So I promise you, walk into Rocks, or you call them, you set up a, a Zoom conference with whichever one of their nutritionist experts. You're going to fall in love with them. There's men, there's women, there's everybody of all colors, background, sizes. When you walk into a Rocks, you see that as well. And that's one of my favorite parts about it. So Santi, I know you're busy. I know you're busy. So I want to thank you for taking the time to do this every month. We've committed to it. It's helping people. Everybody watching, please share this page. Share it. Let's share the education. Let's share it and stop spending your money on stuff that doesn't work. I'm not alone. I know people have drawers full of pills and things that nobody helped you with. They just sell it to you and then they're just like, it's not like that with Rocks. They really, if something doesn't work, they'll find something that does.
This industry is so huge. Everybody
Oh,
always remember that everybody's going to have the best of the best of this, that. At the end of the day, my best might not be the best for your body versus the next person
right.
standing next to you. So it's really important to try and get a little bit of a consultation in regards to what products are ideal for you to work for you. So feel free to reach out via social media on our main Rocks, or you can, again, my name is santiago.campos on IG, or reach out at our IG at Rocks Discount Vitamins, and just flood in with these questions, guys, and we're here to serve you.
Thank you so much, Santi. I love their slogan is Rocks Discount Vitamins and More would like to thank God and San Antonio
Yes,
for
ma'am.
making them the fastest growing supplement store in the city. That says it all. So thank you for taking the time, and I'll talk to you again next month.
Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Later.